Robert Eggers, you got my attention again. You bastard. Hey everybody, welcome to another movie review, and today I will be reviewing The Witch, or as I like to call it, The Vvitch. Because, yeah, two V's, The Vvitch. So, okay. The Witch, this came out in 2015 and was written and directed by Robert Eggers, who was also the writer and director of The Lighthouse, which was a movie that I reviewed for the channel a little while back. Well, almost a year. Actually, by the time this comes out, it will be a year. What's funny is that I'm recording this on March 9th, 2022, and I record, or at least whenever I released the Lighthouse video, that was on March 10th, 2021. So as I'm recording this, it's almost my Lighthouse review is almost a year old. So yeah, by the time this comes out, it will be a year old. But yeah, and if you haven't seen my Lighthouse review, go check it out if you haven't already. But so yeah, and this stars, of course, Anya Taylor Joy, Ralph Ensign, and Kate Dickey. All right, so okay, The Witch or the Vvitch. Yeah. All right, so originally I was actually not going to review this movie. Originally, I was going to review Requiem for a Dream. I recently watched Requiem for a Dream. I actually watched it at my aunt's. I was at my aunt's with my cousin, and me, my cousin, my aunt, we all watched Requiem for a Dream, and I loved it. By the way, it was a really awesome movie. And I was actually going. I thought about reviewing it after I watched it, but I was like, I think I need to watch it again. So I was going to watch it again. I was actually going to watch the director's cut because I believe I saw the theatrical cut. I think I did. I don't know for sure, but I think it was the theatrical cut that I watched. And I was going to watch it again, but my internet was messing up. Yeah, so or maybe it was my TV. I don't know, but I tried all these different streaming services that had it free, and they weren't working. So I was like, well, shit. I have to review a movie, so I looked at the movies I owned, uh, and I haven't seen yet, and I was like, oh yeah, I still need to watch The Witch. Okay, all right, I'll watch The Witch. Yeah, I actually got this DVD from my cousin, the same cousin that watched Requiem for a Dream with me. Um, I got this from my cousin for Christmas, along with After Hours, Martin Scorsese film, and I have seen that movie and I loved it. But I just haven't watched this yet for some reason. Until last night. So yeah, The Witch, much like The Lighthouse, this was a very strange film. But I had to be honest, I actually liked it better than The Lighthouse. I did. I actually enjoyed it more than The Lighthouse. I've only seen the Lighthouse only once, but yeah, I actually liked it better. I did. I enjoyed this film. I mean, it was very strange, but I like weird movies. Eraserhead is my favorite movie of all time. So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna try my best to review this movie. If this review might not be very good because honestly, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie really, but I'll try my best. And I'll try my best to describe the plot. So, this movie takes place in the year 1630, and it's about this family. It takes place in New England, and it's about this family who gets kicked out of this village, and so they move into this house that's just out. in the middle of nowhere, basically, close to this woods, and they come across a witch who kidnaps their youngest child, and the family suspects that it's actually their daughter, their oldest daughter, Thomason, who is played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And yeah, I guess that's basically all I can say without spoiling. And if some of that was kind of spoiling, I apologize. But yeah, they just like, it's kind of like I wouldn't say a whodunit thing, but it's kind of like a thing, kind of like The Thing or something like that, where you can't really trust anyone, kind of like that. And yeah, it's a bizarre film. But yeah, and they all or some of them suspect that Anya Taylor-Joy's character is the witch. So yeah, I won't say whether or not she was, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's, I guess, all I can say about this film, but the plot. So, all right, so yeah, like I said, I liked this movie even better than The Lighthouse. And the thing is, I'm not a big horror movie fan, despite Eraserhead, of course, being my favorite movie of all time, but I like horror movies like this. This is like right up my alley for horror films. And what's ironic is that like most horror fans, or unless they're like, maybe, I don't know, if they're into this kind of horror, then they'll love it. But if they're into, your typical horror films such as like Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street kind of stuff, then yeah, this is way too artsy for that person. This is my kind of horror. I like artsy horror, like Razorhead and Black Swan. So yeah, I like this movie a lot, and it's probably in my top 10 favorite horror films. I really like this movie a lot. I honestly don't really have much negatives, to be honest. I have a lot more positives, but although I will say I'm not going to give this like a real high rating, but only because I don't know. It's probably just a movie I need to watch more, and maybe I'll end up loving it. But no, I really enjoyed this film. So all right, so positives. It's mostly positives and negatives. I might only have one negative, but I might say it's a nitpick, maybe. But positives. All right, so the writing and directing by Robert Eggers, amazing. Like, once again, like The Lighthouse, he impressed me. Like, I really liked his direction and his writing for The Lighthouse. Like, it was really good. But I think I liked it better in this, honestly. I mean, I liked the characters better in this one, and I don't know, it was kind of a better story, I thought. It was pretty cool. I mean, The Lighthouse was kind of a little bit similar in some ways, because it's like in that movie it was two guys who didn't like each other and didn't trust each other. So in this it's a family that don't trust each other. So yeah. And it takes place in mostly just one location, just like The Lighthouse. So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, I liked the writing in this a lot and the direction. The cinematography is really good. This has some really cool camera shots in it. Especially a lot of like really cool wide shots. Like, I really liked a lot of the wide shots in it. And the color palette was really cool. It's like just gray looking. It really matched the tone of this film. All the performances, all of the performances in this film is really good. I mean, it's mostly just the family though, but pretty much. But yeah, the performances from all the family are really good. And like, even the little kids in the movie, like, it was really good acting from just kids in the movie. and there was like two twins in it, and they were really good. The girl was pretty funny, actually. This movie's not really as humorous as The Lighthouse, but the only thing I thought was kind of funny was the little girl. She was kind of funny in the movie. She made me laugh a few times. Um, and the older boy, who's like maybe about 12, he was really good, especially in one scene in particular. And if you've seen the movie, then you probably know what I'm talking about. The scene where he just goes absolute crazy. Yeah. He was amazing in that scene. And of course the parents, both parents played by Ralph Ensign and Kate Dickey. I'm not familiar with those actors, but they were both very good, especially Ralph Ensign. I really like. I don't know who he is exactly. I did look up, and he's actually in Harry Potter, but I didn't recognize the character's name. I don't know who he plays in that, but I really liked him in this movie. He was really good as the dad. And of course, Anya Taylor Joy saved the best for last. Well, really, I would say her and Ralph Ensign were probably neck to neck, like the best performances. But Anya Taylor Joy, yeah, she is very good in this film. And I gotta be honest, this was my first Anya Taylor Joy film. And I knew who she was going into this film because I've seen her a lot, but I never actually seen like a film of hers. I never seen her actually act before, but I have heard very good things about her. She's like one of the, she's one of the newcomers, like the rising stars of the modern era of cinema. I've heard really good things about her, and yeah, this movie definitely proved that she's a very good actress. In fact, this was even her first film, and yeah, very good performance by a first time performance. Yeah, but yeah, she was awesome. I really liked her. I even liked her character too. Yeah, she was really cool. In the music, the score was really good. It kind of, in some ways, it kind of reminded me of There Will Be Blood, sort of, but more kind of like a lot more tense though. But it kind of did a little bit remind me of There Will Be Blood. And also I loved the ending. The last 10 minutes or so was honestly my favorite part of the film. I mean, the whole movie is really good, but I especially liked the ending. I thought the ending was the best part. The last 10 minutes, maybe 15. I don't know how long it is exactly, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, which that's when shit gets crazy, but that was my favorite part. Of course, I won't, no spoilers, won't say what happens, but yeah, that was my favorite part. So yeah, that's I guess. I mean, there's probably more I could say that I really liked about the film, but I think the only negative or maybe nitpick I have with the film, I do feel like it could have been a little bit longer because this movie is pretty short. It is 92 minutes. So yeah, it's a short film. It's a short movie. Especially for a horror film. It's pretty short. Then again, Eraserhead's like 89 minutes, but that movie was very well paced. It actually feels like it's a little longer than it is. But but no, I mean, this movie wasn't paced very. It was paced okay. It wasn't paced very bad or whatever. Really, it just felt like it did feel short, but it felt like it was about 92 minutes. So but I think I would have liked it better if it did feel like it was longer than it was. But and this is actually a slow film. Like it is pretty slow. But yeah, I didn't think it was boring. Honestly, I didn't think it was boring. Uh, the dialogue, I mean, I wouldn't say the dialogue was boring, but it was a little bit hard to keep up with because much like The Lighthouse as well, it's like in, I think, like Old English or whatever. They like speak kind of. different, very different actually. Um, but you know, I still liked it though. I still liked the dialogue, even though it was different. But yeah, I didn't really have much problems with the dialogue. It was a little bit hard to keep up with, but it wasn't too bad. I think if what I remember correctly, it was actually a little easier to keep up with than the Lighthouse. Honestly, like I felt like the Lighthouse had its dialogue was a little harder to keep up with, but this one was a little easier. I thought. So yeah, really, I think the only thing is I just wish it was kind of longer. And honestly, I mean, I mean, I love the ending, but I kind of want to see a little bit more, just a little bit more after the ending. But I understand, it's kind of hard to say because I don't want to spoil anything, but I do kind of wish I would have seen just a little bit more. If you've seen the movie, then maybe you'll understand. But I don't know, maybe not. I mean, I imagine a lot of y'all be like, "Oh no, it's a perfect ending," and I understand it. It was a very good ending, but I kind of wish they had just a little bit more at the end. That's just me though. But overall though, I really enjoyed The Witch. I did. I even liked it better than The Lighthouse. So, and yeah, Robert Eggers is coming out with a new movie this year. It's about Vikings and it's called The Northman, and it has Anya Taylor Joy is going to be in it again. So is Willem Dafoe. Awesome to see them again, and I think even Ralph Ensign and Kay Dickey might be in it too, as well, and Ethan Hawke maybe. I could be wrong about Ethan Hawke, but I know for sure Bjork is going to be in it, and I'm really excited for that, for Bjork to be in this new Robert Eggers film because I love Bjork. She's one of my favorite singers ever, and I still need to see some of her films. She wasn't in very much, but I still need to see like Dancer in the Dark. So yeah, I'm actually looking especially after watching this movie. I mean, I was looking forward for it when I first heard of it, but after watching this, yeah, I'm really looking forward for The Northman. Hopefully, it'll be very good. Um, hopefully, I'll enjoy it. But yeah, The Witch. I liked it a lot. I won't necessarily say I loved it, but again, maybe more times I watch it, maybe I will. Because I remember when I saw Black Swan for the first time, I didn't love it, but I did like it. And then I watched it again about I don't know 2 years later, and I loved it. I love Black Swan, so I don't know. Maybe I'll like this. Maybe I'll like this on rewatch even more. We'll see. It might even be one of my favorite movies. We'll have to see. And I need to rewatch The Lighthouse. I need to get The Lighthouse someday. So anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give its rating. I'm gonna give The Witch 4 stars. I was thinking about 4.5, but no, I'll give it 4. Just because it's not quite, like I said, it's not quite up there as my favorites yet, but again, maybe it will on rewatch. But for now, 4 stars. So yeah, The Witch, 4 stars. Great film. I do recommend it. But like only if you're like into like psychological horror or just like artsy horror stuff like that, then I recommend it for sure. And even if you're a film buff and you're not even too into horror, I still recommend it. The Witch. All right, so there we go. There's my review for The Witch. Or the Vvitch. So in the comments, have you seen the Vvitch? Or have you not? Sorry. Have you seen The Witch? Have you not? Also, which do you prefer, The Witch or The Lighthouse? The Witch for me, like I said. Also, if you have any recommendations for more Anya Taylor-Joy movies, put that down in the comments. I do have Last Night in Soho on my watch list. I still haven't seen that one yet, so yeah, I do have that. But if you have any more recommendations with her, like any other great films that she's in, I know was a show that she was in. Is it? No, it's not. Is it Peaky Blinders? Peaky Blinders. I can't remember if she was in that one or maybe I think no Queen's Gambit. I know she's in that one for sure. But was she in Peaky Blinders? I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Um, I don't know if I'll watch the shows that she's in, but I will watch the movies that she's in for sure. So yeah, any recommendations for Anya Taylor Joy? Put that down in the comments as well. And also, are you excited for the Northman coming out this year? I definitely am. Especially after watching this. So yeah. So please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And I'll see you next time. I think that should be another music related video. That will be my. I think I'm gonna try to do my ranking for every song off of Doolittle by the Pixies. So if you're interested, look out for that. All right, so I'll see you then. Okay, peace.